Most high-ticket businesses obsess over squeezing an extra 0.5% out of their funnel, but they ignore the 99% of people who don't book a call on the first touch. I mean, you're running ads, you're getting traffic, you're getting even great traffic, but only 1 to 3% book a call. So the question then becomes, what happens to the other 97 to 99%? I mean, you wouldn't want that to just go to waste. After studying over 100 of the most successful client acquisition systems, I found that the biggest growth lever today isn't a crazy funnel, it's in how you nurture the ones who don't book a call immediately. So in this video, I'm firstly going to show you why you need a nurture system in the first place and how the math simply doesn't math. Then what it looks like in a cohesive ecosystem, and lastly, I'm even going to show you the exact scripts and structures of the nurture system. Let's get into it. So the objective obviously is to get people to book a call. It is to get sales calls with high quality prospects. So what you are probably doing is that you're running ads either straight to an opt-in page or to a VSL page. And when people land on your opt-in page, they will after they opt in, they will land on your VSL page where you try to get them to book a call. And obviously they go through your qualification form first, then they will land on your calendar page where they will then book a call to work with you. But as you all know, not everyone will book a call straight away on their own, through your funnel. Because we need to still remember that you are running ads to cold people. These are people who see you for the first time ever. They don't know you yet. They don't know, like, and trust you. They have only spent like 5 to 10 minutes with you. They have maybe watched your VSL video, which is like 10 minutes long, and it's the same as when you meet a new person for the first time. You don't become best friends during the first 10 minutes. I mean, well, yeah, maybe someone does. Maybe some crazy people do become best friends during the first 10 minutes, and the same is here also. Like also in your funnel, some people do book a call straight away. Some people see you for the first time, watch a 10-minute video, and already trust you enough to book a call and want to work with you. But those are what we call the crazy people, and not everyone is crazy. Most people need to spend more time with you, and so that they trust you enough, so that they want to book a call and work with you. And we can see that very clearly when you look at the conversion rates of each page. A very common conversion rate on your opt-in page is like 30%. A very common conversion rate on your VSL page is like 10 to 20%. I'm gonna write 15%. On your qualification form, it's like 50%, and then on your calendar, it's like 50% also. So as we see here, there are huge drop-offs. 70% of people who land on your opt-in page right here won't even opt in. Then, like 80 to 90% of people who do opt in don't want to book a call. Then 50% of people don't even complete the qualification form, and only 50% of people who land on your calendar will eventually book a call. So there are huge drop-offs here in between each page. And if we look at your total conversion rate of this entire funnel, I mean, it's like pretty. I mean, you're getting like 1% of people to book a call on their own. And if we then factor in your close rate, I want you to remember these are cold prospects. These are people who see you for the first time ever. So I mean, your close rate for warm prospects can be like 35%, even 40% if you're really good at sales. But your close rate for very cold people who don't know, like, and trust you yet is like 15-20%. So in total, your conversion rate, or like from a prospect who sees you for the first time to becoming a client, is like 0.2%. And if we then put some math to this, if we imagine that you have like a 10 euro CPM, then it will cost you 5k to get one client. The math simply doesn't math. So then the question becomes, how do we get more people to book a call? Because 0.2% is simply not enough. You won't make money. The math clearly tells you that. So what you may be thinking first of all is that let's try to increase the conversion rates of each page so that we can decrease the drop off. And what you need to understand is that there is a ceiling to how high you can push your conversion rates. I mean, now in this example, this conversion rate is pretty close to like 1%, or this is like even less than 1%. But if you're like really crushing it, you can get like a 3% conversion rate on your entire funnel. But if we then still factor in your close rate, let's say you're at 20% close rate again, then you would still get 0.6%. And you know, the math still doesn't math. So the conversion rate is not like it's not the answer to fixing your business. So if you want to know like the two biggest levers to increasing your like conversion rates on each page, the biggest lever is your opt-in page. You know, how can we make the opt-in more enticing? How can we make more people want to actually opt in? And I've made a lot of videos about exactly this topic, you know, how to make more people actually want to opt in for your thing. And the second biggest lever is this VSL video. How can we make it push more people over the line? How can we make it, you know, convey our emotions better? How can we like sell people better? Like very simply. But yeah, so you need to understand that it's very hard to get your entire funnel's conversion rate above 3%, regardless of how much you try to optimize it. And if you're at a 3% conversion rate, it's very hard to be profitable enough with your business. You know, 97% just leaks right out of the system. You know, out of all these cracks right here, you know, 97% of people don't book a call on their own. So what we want to do is we want to recover some of that drop off. We want to recover that 97% that we have actually paid for. You know, we pay for every single prospect that we get to our opt-in page or to see our ads. So why wouldn't we try to recover 97% of our effort that just leaks out of our system? So if I really quickly clean things up here, what we want to do is that people will like drop off from your pages. So what we try to do, or what we want to do, is we want to recover this drop off. So when people drop out or drop off of your funnel, we want to get them back to book a call. We can either get them back to our VSL page, or we can get them back straight to our calendar page. And you know, it's not only people who land on your VSL page that you can, you know, get back to book a call. You know, there's also a huge drop off on your opt-in page. Right here, you see 30% of people only opt in. So we lose 70% of people only on the opt-in page. But how you recover people from the opt-in page is that you run retargeting ads. Because obviously you have your pixel on your opt-in page. So everyone who lands on your opt-in page will fire your meta pixel. So what you want to do is you want to run retargeting ads to everyone who lands on your opt-in page, but don't book a call straight away. But that's outside the scope of this video. So if you want, I can create a video on exactly how to run these retargeting ads. But very simply, you know, everyone who lands on your opt-in page will go to your retargeting ad sequence, where you run, you know, retargeting ads back here. So this is how we recover the 70% right here. And then, you know, also your calendar page only converts, you know, 50% of people. So that means that every other person who lands on your calendar page won't book a call, but they have still, you know, went through your opt-in page, they went through your VSL page, they went through your qualification form, and now they landed on your calendar page. You know, they are on the 1 yard line. They are so close to booking a call, but they didn't book a call. So these are very low hanging fruit. So obviously you want to try to recover some of these people and try to get them back to book a call. But also, that's outside the scope of this video, so I can create another video on exactly that, you know, that sequence right there. But what I'll be covering in this video is how to recover everyone who opts in but don't book a call, because the biggest drop off is right here. As you see, your VSL page, a very good conversion rate for a VSL page is like 15%. So you still lose 85% of every single lead that you get. And as you all know, this is not something groundbreaking. This is not like rocket science. Like probably all of you guys do something like this. You try to recover people. You try to recover leads that don't book a call straight away. You have maybe some email sequences. You have some SMS that you send to leads. But most of you are probably doing it wrong. Either you're doing all of this right here. You're doing it manually. You're sending emails, you're sending text messages all manually to leads. And first of all, it takes way too much of your time, and second of all, you can't answer to leads fast enough. And you may think that, well, yeah, if I answer to leads in 1 hour, that's very, very fast. But you need to understand that in this business, 1 hour is very, very slow. You need to answer or contact your leads in under 1 minute, and that's impossible if you do it manually. And second issue that I see is that you're being way too pushy and salesy, because you need to remember you're running ads here. These are people who see you for the first time. These are cold prospects. They don't know, like, and trust you. And there's a reason why they didn't book a call the first time. There's a reason why they didn't book a call from your funnel. So if you just contact them straight away, asking them to book a call, they won't book a call because that reason still exists. So you need to build more trust. You need to nurture them more. I mean, the entire premise of this system right here is to nurture people, is get them to trust us and like us more, so that they eventually will book a call. So this is what it looks like in a cohesive system. We still have our opt-in page right here. We still have our VSL page. We still have our calendar page. But now we have a nurture system right here that recovers the 97% that leaked out of our system. The 97% that didn't book a call on their own. And this entire system may look a little complex, but I'm going to break it down very simply and very quickly. So obviously, we still have our opt-in page. We run ads straight to our opt-in page and not straight to our VSL page. The reason for that is that we want to get leads, because if we don't get people's contact information, then we can't contact them. So then we can't recover the drop-off, because we can't contact the leads, or they aren't even leads if we don't have their contact information. But you get the point. So we run ads to our opt-in page, where after they opt in, they come to our VSL page, and then they go to our this is not a qualification form. And the reason for that is that I have talked about this in many of my other videos, but you want to have your qualification questions in your opt-in form. So rather than just asking name, email, and phone number on your opt-in page, you want to ask your qualification questions. You want to have information about what type and what quality of leads you are actually getting. So, and the only way you can get people to answer these personal questions about themselves in an opt-in form is to give them a personalized lead magnet in exchange for that. So if you have already asked the qualification questions here in your opt-in form, then you need to ask readiness questions here in your form before they can book a call. And then you obviously have your calendar, and after that you have your thank you page. But we still do lose, so we still only convert 3% of people with our normal funnel. So how we recover this drop-off is with first SMS and then with an email sequence. So I'm going to start off with the SMS. And what we do is that we want to have an AI agent that contacts all leads. So you don't want to do this manually, because you can't contact leads fast enough, and it takes way too much of your time. So we want to have AI do this for us. And the first question, or the first message, needs to be non-salesy and just tries to get prospects to reply to you. I mean, we need to remember, these are cold prospects. They didn't book a call. They had a reason why they didn't book a call. So we need to be chill and actually make them like us. We can't make them hate us. I mean, if someone just instantly sends you a message and they are pushy and hard selling you, then you won't like them. You will start to hate them, and you will never want to see them again. So the AI agent then contacts every lead within 1 minute, as I said before, and contacting leads within 1 minute actually increases your conversion rate by 391% from contacting them after 1 hour. And then the AI agent actually holds a conversation with people if they reply, and only if they do reply. And then it also qualifies the leads for you. So and it also gets them to schedule an appointment. So if they are qualified and if they want to work with you, then it will send prospects the calendar link so that they can book a call. But if they are not qualified, or if they are not interested in working with you, it will guide them to your YouTube channel, where you can nurture them more, build more trust, and make them qualified to actually work with you. Then we have our email sequence. As I said before, you can't be pushy and hard selling. You need to give value. You need to prove to prospects why they should work with you. So that's why we have a value email sequence, and it's non-salesy. It's designed to give prospects so much and so good free value that they can't help but want to work with you. And I will go into further depth about this exact system very shortly. But the first email is an introduction email to who you are, and it gets prospects excited about the value to come in the next emails. And it also has a PS at the bottom to book a call. And then after that, every email has a link to a YouTube video about the same topic that the email talks about. Every email hikes up the next one. Every email gives immense value, and every email has a case study. And why you want to redirect people to your YouTube is that, so there's a rule that it takes on average 10 hours for a prospect to actually book a call and want to work with you. And reading an email only takes like 1 to 2 minutes. But if they watch, let's say, 2 to 3 30-minute YouTube videos, then they have already spent 1 to 2 hours with you. So that's the power of actually having long form YouTube content and funneling everyone to your YouTube channel. And then your final email has a CTA to book a call. And there's a reason why we don't push people back to this VSL page right here. And that's because this VSL page right here is designed for cold people. We run ads to cold prospects, so the messaging and the video on this page is designed for cold people. Our messaging is different. But these people right here, they have already received 7 of our emails, and they have already watched our YouTube videos. So they are already warm. They know, like, and trust us. So we can have very different messaging on this page. We can be more direct, more straightforward, and asking them to work with us. And then we have our qualification form, and then we drive people back to our calendar to book a call. So this is what the actual nurture system actually looks like. So now we get to the structure of your emails that you want to send to prospects to actually nurture them. So this is the structure of the first email. So, and the first email in the email sequence can be somewhat personalized using the prospect's answers to the survey. So as I told you before, you want to have the qualification questions in your opt-in form. And the other power, or like the other benefit of doing that, is that then you can personalize the entire first email to send to prospects. And as you all know, more personalized emails always convert much better. So this is the template for the first email. So you want to start off with a welcome and some and like a tease. So some subject line ideas are, welcome, here's what's coming our way, you're in, let's get started, before we dive in, or glad you're here, here's what to expect. And then the body copy framework is, you want to have warm welcome plus quick gratitude. So you want to greet them, and you want to be like, actually, you want to be happy that they are here. You want to say, glad you're here, like seriously. You could be anywhere online right now, but you chose to be here, and I don't take that lightly. Then you want to say who you are and what you do, like very quickly in 1 to 2 sentences. So tell them your name, what you do, and who you help. And you need to keep this laser as specific. Then you want to tell them what they can expect in the email sequence that they will receive during the next few days. So over the next few days, I'm going to send you a short series of emails designed to help the core benefit of what you do. And then think of it as a fast crash course, bite-sized, actionable, and designed so you can start seeing results without getting overwhelmed. Then you need also some social proof. So just to give you an idea of what's possible, then you want to have an actual case study, quick case study of a client that you helped. And then you want to have some immediate value. So you want to have links to your 3 best YouTube videos. As I talked about before, this achieves the 10-hour rule. This funnels people to your YouTube channel so that they can spend more time with you and actually start to know, like, and trust you. Then you want to tease the next email in the email sequence. So you want to say that tomorrow I'm going to share the thing that you will help them with, and you don't want to miss this one. It's the first big step in the big transformation that they want. Then, as I said before, you want to end with a soft CTA in the PS section. So you want to say that, PS, if you rather skip the waiting and have me help you implement this now, you can book a free strategy call right here. And some quick formatting notes is that you want to keep paragraphs short, 1 to 2 sentences max. You want to use bold sparingly for emphasis, and make links outcome driven. So like, watch how to, not like click here. And always tease the next email so open rates stay high. And this is what you want to do for the rest of the emails in your email sequence. So the first thing that you want to do before writing your email sequence is you need some prep. You need to define the roadmap A to B that your clients need to take. So the A point is their current state, obviously, their pain, frustrations, and bottlenecks. And B is their desired state. And you want to break these into clear sequential steps, but you don't want to solve the problem that your main offer solves. The solution your email sequence provides should emphasize their need and desire for your service, not cannibalize it. So if you help someone get abs, then your email sequence can't also help someone get abs, because after email sequence, in their mind, that problem is already solved. So therefore, they won't want to work with you. But if you in your email sequence help people to lose fat, then if people lose fat, their abs won't still be visible and still need to train their abs. So you think that the solution to your email sequence needs to emphasize their need for your main offer. And then you want to pair each step with a deliverable. So for each step, you could have a tangible takeaway, you could have a video deep dive, and this is what I actually recommend, because then they actually will spend more time with you and start to trust you more. And you can also have like a don't do this list. And then you want to plan this open loop. So at the end of each email, you want to tease the benefit of the next email. So an example could be, tomorrow I'll show you the exact framework that gets people booking calls without ads or outreach. So your step one is, this is the email sequence structure. So the first email is obviously the welcome email that I already talked about. The second email is step 1, third email step 2, fourth email step 3. And you want to continue with this until all roadmap steps are covered. And then you want to end with a recap and next steps email that ties it all together, and there you pitch your offer. Only on the last email do you pitch your offer, but obviously you have still in the PS section, a link to a call. So then step 2 is, this is a formula for each email. So your subject lines could be like step X, then big benefit in short time frame. It could be like, before you try, big goal, fix this first. Or it could be like 11 things to never do when doing this step, or the 3-step system for a desired outcome. And then the email body structure should be, first, a hook, 1 to 2 lines, want to call out their pain or promise a quick win. For example, most people are trying to get to a specific goal, fail here because they skip X. Then why this step matters, so 2 to 3 sentences of why this is critical, make it feel like a domino step. Fix this and everything after works better. And then the value, give out the sauce. So provide a checklist, SOP, or numbered process for the step. Include common mistakes. Then you need social proof. You want to give an example of one of your clients who did the same thing and the outcome that they achieved. Then you want a video deep dive CTA. So you want to say that I break this down step by step, with real examples in this short video, and then have a link to your YouTube video. Then you want to have a list, bullet points of what's inside the video to increase clicks. Then you want to open loops for tomorrow. Tease the next step with benefit-focused curiosity. So tomorrow I'll show you step 3, how to achieve X without Y. Then you want to have a soft CTA in the PS. So PS, if you want me to walk you through this for your business right now, you can book a free strategy call right here. So example, scripts for step 1 to 3 could be like this. So step 1, get premium clients chasing you, not the other way around. Then you have obviously your hook right here and your problems. Then you actually give out the source right here. And then you have a link to a YouTube video about the exact same topic. And then you want to say exactly what they will see inside the video. And then you want to tease next day's email. And you obviously have your PS section also here. Then the same, then the next day you give out the next source. So now that you've nailed your position, so this first email fixes your positioning. Then the second email starts with, now that you have nailed your positioning, it's time for step 2, building an offer so good people feel silly saying no. Then you fix that very quickly here, have a YouTube video again, then you have tease the next day and have a PS. So this is the same structure that you will continue. And so then the last execution tips is that you want to write all your emails at once so that the tone and flow stay consistent. You want to batch record all YouTube videos for the steps in one day. And you want to keep every email skimmable. You want to use bold text, you want to use some maybe emoji somewhere, and short bullets, and always end with curiosity. So as you see it here in the system, you know, every email actually very clearly drives to your YouTube channel, and your YouTube system is, I mean, it's one of your most important things in these nurture systems, because it actually makes so many prospects trust you and want to work with you. So yeah, so if you have any questions about this entire system, I will leave my Instagram in the description below, so feel free to shoot me a DM and I will be more than happy to help you. See you in the next one.